All right, hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so we got to improve the hands because we just tried to get some work done on sound effects for the radio decoder, but because the hands don't hold the radio decoder correctly, we basically did zilch. So that was a great spending of time. Also, both of my fellow cooperatives on this project, Dimitar and Antoine, said that the project doesn't run. They have an error in their sandbox. So I'm just going to quickly run this, figure out what the heck's happening. Zoltan, good day. Nice minigame. Okay, let's see what the error is. Okay, you're gonna crash. It kind of makes me, gives me inspiration to try to maybe remake Winsy Space in Godot and then push it to the Retroactive Gamers website. But I have to make the crate game first. Finish the crate game. That, and I think I need to remake the what the heck is happening? Witch of Endor. Oh, yeah, it did crash. What the shiz? What do we got? If get tree, get nodes a group, main level world environment group, size is above 0, invalid set index environment on base null instance with value of type environment. Fascinating. It says FPS view. That's the player. FPS view, sub viewport, camera 3D, which is technically located right here. Greetings, indeed. And then environment. Okay, so I think this is the issue. We need to copy the environment, and now this should work. Okay, stop this. Whoops. Okay. I actually can't wait to get to trying making hand animations for various things, like inserting the key into the silo and then turning it, inserting like pressing the button, or maybe pulling a really rusty lever. Oh man, it's gonna be super cool. Somebody be spamming those emotes in my chat window. I don't know if anybody else can see that. Ah, damn. Okay, so this runs, which means I should be able to push this so that folks have access to it. Man, lots of progress on Child of Ether, even though technically I sacrificed a Monday, which was supposed to have been Artag Rice Day. Okay. So let's see. Fixed player environment, or fixed player crashing sandbox levels. Okay, whoops. Let me just push this out. Max, good day. Local file existing repository, which blocks operation from completing. What are you talking about? I have nothing else sitting there. The Flint. Oh, lots of new folks. Cool. All right. That's pushed. I'm just going to let everyone know. All right, perfect. So, here's what I need to do first of all. I need to make the player hands actually hold the radio detector. Now, to pull this off, we're going to have to import the radio detector into the scene, maybe as a linked asset. Hopefully we can just work with that. And so something that was actually geniusly recommended to me by Dimitar is that when I handle the items, I don't bake the motion into the rig of the item. This is how I used to do it in the very first experiment, which is Dream Team Theater. and then also in Atomicon, the first prototype, I would animate the rig of the hands, and I would also animate the rig of the weapon. And as the hands lift up the weapon, I would also make uh, the 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 weapon follow the same motion by doing a bunch of like bone constraints, and then I would bake the takeout animation, and then bake the takeout animation both into the hands and into the weapon, and then I would have to play those two together. And the genius suggestion by Dimitar was to pair the weapon as a child of the hand and only bake things like reload when you pull the slide to reload it, the magazine coming out and then being put back in. Only bake those bones. Don't bake the actual like up and down, left, right rotation and motion of the gun itself. Simply pair it as a child of the weapon. So it's one of those things where, if you don't know what it is, then you don't know how to do it. Also, I wanted to quickly add a bit of a camera wiggle as we're running here. And yeah, lots of cool things to be improved upon. Let's try this. So we're going to do location rotation. Let's start like this. And then we're going to end it like this. Okay. Now this needs to actually be paired to the bone, which seems like it isn't. Alt-P, clear parent. And then let's give it an object constraint. We're going to do copy transform of the armature. And then bone would be head. And beautiful. Yes. I think we might want to do this. Can I not rotate it? Hello? It's basically how you did it in Unity. Animated the gun and the hands together in Blender, exported the animation separately. I would still export the animation separately, but the gun doesn't have like a takeout animation. It's just paired as a child of the hand rig. So the hands have the takeout animation. I used to have them both. So the gun would have its takeout, and the hands would have a takeout. And in order for things to match up, I have to play those animations at the same time. But, this seems like a lot better solution. Hey, okay. Now, why can't I rotate this? Yeah, RZ 180. There we go. We'll see how it works out. I think it should be okay. Okay, that's quite an extreme tilt. I think this needs to actually have two frames. So you never animate the movement of the gun. Yes, I just this is what I'm going to be trying to do here. I'm going to be parenting the item to the hand and only animating the hand. And if the item itself needs some special animations, then it would only have like those little twisty little animation bits. Okay. So let's take a look at the rotation. I think we need to make, whoops, come on, down, up, down, up, there we go. That could work. The run animation looks kind of goofy, but you know, we just need a placeholder to play around with. Oh boy. Okay, let's try this. So this is gonna go to Dreadtail Escape, Engine, Models, Player, Hands Rig. We're gonna export Godot preset. Yeah, so this gives me an opportunity to experiment with this type of animation solution, almost like boxing. It basically is, yeah. I need to like strap on a GoPro to my chest and like start sprinting. You know, hopefully I capture some decent footage before I have a heart attack and keel over. Okay, let's run this. I got a DJ gig this Friday. An old client celebrating 30th birthday. He needs some background tunes. He wants to style it in the style of 007. I'm like, I'm gonna bring my Xbox and a projector, and we're gonna play some Nightfire in the multiplayer. Okay. So here's an interesting thing. We have a real camera, and we have the item camera. The real camera, bring the valve index as well. Hell no, that thing's gonna get stolen. I'm weary of bringing too much valuable stuff to these gigs, to be honest. Because, you know, teenagers. Cool. Okay, so can we... Right. What do we got here? So this is going to be an interesting one. We have the hand rig, the skeleton. But I think we may need to... Does an item need to be inside of the viewport to be rendered by that viewport? So for example, if I were to place a CSG sphere right in front of us, and it's on visibility layer 1. Okay, I'm gonna run this. Okay. Okay, so we can see that it's in front of us. Beautiful. Now, what if I set it to layer 2? It's not on the viewport, but it is on layer 2, and the camera that sees only stuff on layer 2 is in the viewport. So this makes me wonder, is that camera gonna see that? We didn't make it on world, I think. Oh. Yep, okay, so it seems like it. Cool. So this means that we don't have to keep the armature inside of... We don't have to keep the armature inside of the sub-viewport. We can actually place it as a child of the level, but render it in the sub-viewport. Okay. So this actually, I think, helps. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the camera, keep the camera in the sub-viewport, but the remote transform node is still going to be tracking the camera, I think. Nope, it was just a bone attachment node. Okay, so we're going to have a remote transform node here. So let's do remote transform 3D. We're going to tell it to target the camera. And then we're going to take this hand rig. And where are we placing it? I think we're placing it in the rotation helper, aren't we? We do have camera bob and camera wiggle. Sure. Okay. We'll need to fix up the code now. FPS animation player. Hand rig, yes. So it's not in the sub viewport. or in the FPS view. It's just, ugh, okay. Item held node has to be updated as well. Okay, this is the animation player, and this is the item held node. Is that going to be enough? Maybe. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so I see it. All the items are there. We'll have to adjust the animation. Okay, and then it seems like the takeout... Oh, it's actually complaining every time I try to open it. Probably missing animation, if I were to guess. Timer was not added to the scene tree. Either added, auto start. Room black box. What the heck? Activity light delay. Collision layer number must be between 1 and 32 inclusive. Ah. What the heck? Why am I... New item. Why am I doing this twice? Oh, actually, hold on. Current item not null. Create the held item. So created. Ah, man, they did this stupid ass thing where they adjusted all of the layers by 1, but the auto, porting code did not catch on to it. Okay, well, this is only one mention of it. And things were going so great too. Just like an array. First index is 0. Hey there, Mr. Haunted. Is that one of my nicknames, or is that somebody else in the chat? Okay, let's give it a look-see. Node not found. Digit display. Okay. Interesting. Now, what is this? This is a map. The map does not have digits. Okay, so there's no need to talk to digits. We talk to it twice here. I'll do the animation timer. No need for this. Yeah, the timer's supposed to do its own thing. Coordinates, timer, timeout. This is not needed. All right. Shall we attempt to clear the diarrhea of errors that we have in the output? All 813 of them? 923 of them? 1,212 of them? Oh, god damn it. Interesting. Remote detection. Timer was not added. Okay. This is talking about a... what? Room black box. Twin cannot be created directly. Well, tell me where you tried to make it. Oh, God. Okay. I need to focus on specifically the hands, though. So, yeah. Let's see. Hands rig, is it rotated? Nope. It's not supposed to be moved forward either. Okay. Let's double check this. So we had a special animation for testing, yeah, orientation test. FPS animation player, this guy. So it plays the orientation test. The orientation test is this guy. And we don't see it. But then again, we probably don't see it because our layer, visibility layer, is on the wrong location. Hands. Okay, let's take a look at this. Hands technically should not exist. Well, actually, hold on a second. How the hell are we going to synchronize hands and world? Okay, this might actually be a problem. Okay. So this works. Now there's two hands. So here's the thing. If we're displaying the item in our hand and the item in the world at two different... Ooh, jeez. At two different FOVs, we're actually going to have an issue where the player hands are not physically touching the objects we're trying to interact with. Like if there's a big lever and we're pulling on it, rendering the hands in the viewport is not going to work. Now we could technically, for those special animations, swap out to rendering the hands in the world rather than in the separate viewport. If using animation player on the physics body, scaling the physics body with the code isn't working. Noted. I don't think I'm doing that so far. Okay. So I think that's what we're gonna have to work with. We have one set of hands. Yeah, this is one set of hands. It's going to be displayed on layer 2 for anything that is FPS based. Whenever we have to interact with like a real world thing, like prying open a door or trying to pull down a rusty lever, we're going to put away the hands that we're looking at, swap them over to layer 1, and then have them kick in the animation for interacting with something. So once again, smoke and mirrors, but I think that might work. Now, besides that point, we also have the camera. See, we have the camera bob and camera wiggle. I do wonder if we'll be able to keep these. We might be able to keep these. So camera bob, camera wiggle. I'm going to take this and then put it into bone attachment. Okay, that's undoubtedly going to break a bunch of stuff. Okay, clear the location. Clear the rotation. Okay. Actually, not okay, because now it's backwards. Did I mess up? Is my forward Z not correct again? Okay. Okay. If we do sprint, this is where we're looking. And then hand test, it's looking backwards. Right, because I had to revert it for sprint. Okay, so let's do this. We'll take this and then don't flip it. There we go. I am really gonna have to watch out for this whole orientation thing for Atomicon. God damn, dude. Okay. Export it out. And any day now. There we go. Resets forward. Hand test is forward. Idle. Nice. Okay, so all we had to do is roll the bone. Cool. Now, let's fix up all this nonsense here. Bone attachment, camera 3D. This is which one? This is the secondary camera. So that's the one that's in here. It's actually kind of nice that we don't have to necessarily place things into the second viewport just to be able to render stuff in that viewport. And my daily dose of Dutch and noise Canadian. Got it. Good out for being awesome again. It's more like me needing to get used to the proper, what is it? Proper structure. Okay, rotation helper, camera bob, camera wiggle. God damn, dude. How many times do we use this? 2. We might have to make a bunch of variables. So let's do this. Copy this. And then this is going to be grab ray. Okay, and then var on ready. Grab ray. Technically, I could have just used another remote transform node in the bone and not have to move all these nodes, but it's too late now. Okay, pin ray. Okay, 6 uses, but we don't want to replace all of them because the first one is up here somewhere. Or is it? Oh, yes. Actually, we do want to replace it because it's a different path, so that should be good. Replace all. Nice. Craft object ray. Mm-hmm. Okay. Craft object ray not declared in current scope. Ooh. Right. Well, that's interesting. Oh, right. Okay. I know what that's up. There's an extra node that we're trying to get to. So we'll do craft object ray dot get node tip. Mm-hmm. All right. At this point, we just have to run it, see what crashes, and fix it up as we go. It's that that fog of war when you're getting into a whole new implementation type. Grab point. Okay. Seven uses. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. Oh, grab joint. Cannot resolve member grab joint. Already grab joint. But that doesn't make sense. Hold on a second. Grab joint? Is that supposed to be grab point? Oh, grab joint is inside of grab point. Mm-hmm. Right. So we need to fix this first. There we go. And now we can do this. And now we go up here. I guess it kind of makes sense to keep them bundled. Mm-hmm. Grab point origin. Mm-hmm. Let's go back up here. Okay, let's run it again. Seems like pretty standard stuff. Ooh, okay. Will we actually see the game now? Cam X form. Right. Do we actually... Did we talk to this a lot? 13 times. Right. Okay. So this is in-game cam. There we go. We're going to go back up here. In-game cam. And then melee damage ray, which was in the in-game cam. Just do it this way. How many times do we actually talk to it? 4 times. I guess that warrants us creating a variable for it. Okay. Melee damage ray. Go up here. Declare it as a variable. Okay. Ladder detect ray. Okay. Item drop point. Okay. I'm pretty sure there might be some path issues. We'll fix them up as they crop up. As a matter of fact, I think we might be able to just search for the last 3 variables we just made and find all of them. Right. Yep. This one's already fixed up. This one. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, okay. It started running the ambience of the forest before crashing. That's a good sign. Cam wiggle. Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna do cam wiggle dot. Let's do cam wiggle node. I might want to start using the word node at the end of any variable that has a reference to a node. What the? Nice. Screen effects, that's in the shader. UI. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, well, we can look left and right. Can't look up and down, though. The hands are there. Oh, hey. Look at the running animation. We'll probably tone down the amplitude of the rotation, but this looks pretty cool. This is already like a huge improvement. Because before the camera was just static. And when the camera is static, it just looks kind of boring. It doesn't look dynamic enough. Which, you know, is why it was static. Lord disappearing from under our feet. That's interesting. Okay. Can you imagine playing a game that's only locked to like left and right? You can't look up and down. It really does change the whole game. Like the quality aspect of it is it's just on the next level. Once I do stuff like I add oh yeah, Doom, that's right. The first Doom. Once I add stuff like hands interacting with physical objects of importance, maybe explosion, and then having the character kind of fling out. That's like, we're talking about like AAA level stuff. It actually baffles me that we indie devs can actually dream of such things and be able to achieve it. This is awesome. Okay, now why can't I look up and down? Let's go figure it out. We have rotation helper. Okay, let's search for it here. Okay, grab point. Rotation helper dot. Okay, so that's for crouching. Interesting. Adjust foot level. Okay, here we do rotation X. And then rotation helper, rotation degrees. What do we do here? Rotate X. X is for up and down. Right? Local axis. Up and down. So that should still be working. Question is, why is it not? Oh, because we do self-rotate Y. So we rotate the rotation helper on the x-axis, but rotate ourselves, which we technically don't need to do that, but I think I just did it for, like, legibility. Why is this not working? Clearly it's here. Let me double check this. So, rotation helper, rotation degrees equals camera rotation. What the hell is happening here? We take the camera rotation, we clamp it between -80 and +80, and we apply it back. Why is this like this? This has got to be the result of the porting process. I don't think it was this stupid to do this. Do we use this anywhere else? There's 4 places, and they're all here. What the shit, man? I swear, sometimes the Godot's porting algorithm, it just doesn't make sense. It's like,
oh, hey, buddy, you got a line of code that's nice and compact here? Well, let's fuckerize it. Yo. Hope you like reading someone else's code, because it sure ain't yours.
okay. Can I get the reading on the rotation here? I don't know why it's not working. Print. I wrong. There you are. All right, let's try this again. And I'll do it again. I can't even do an impersonation properly. I'm so messed up. Oh, hello. Okay, I guess we're going supernova. Clamp. Rotation degrees on the y-axis. There we go. It's Papa Smurf rolling in the times. Papa Smurf going nuclear after Chipotle. Okay, so. Guess clearly it is moving up. And it's not being clamped. What the shit, man? Oh, because it's supposed to be on the x-axis. Right. Oh, man. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing for Child of Ether is basically gameplay stuff. But I need to take a moment. I need to take like a few hours out of the process and actually just sit down and write down the script. Because right now I have the synopsis. and I have the general character transformations, but there's no script. And the thing is that I feel like while I'm writing the script, the rest of the game is just sitting still. It's a weird way to look at it. Okay, so this is getting clamped, and this is getting clamped. So why the heck? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. No, don't hold on a second. What the heck? Position, rotate X. We do see it being rotated, so what the heck? What? Okay, which camera are you rotating? FPS view, sub viewport, camera 3D. Cool. What about you? What is this for? This is for nothing. Remote transform 3D. Hmm. I'm just gonna do this. Grab point, space. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to make sure there's a word node at the end of all these references. Whoops. I don't want to replace all. What the shit is this? Craft object ray equals craft object ray. I suppose I had like a reference to it in a variable because I was talking to it a lot, but that's kind of the whole point of this thing. I guess if I use whole word, that should prevent us from changing the node path. Cool. All right. Nope. That would have broken it. Hmm. Okay, only one. Wait, really? Only one of these? Nope. Pin ray node. Pin ray node? What the? That wasn't complaining before. Ladder detect ray. We messed up something. Pin ray node node. Okay. Okay, I know this is annoying to look at, but this is just for my insanity. Okay, and I think that's it. Now let's see what's broken. Okay, something's definitely broken. Ladder detect ray node. Get collide on null instance. Okay. Oh, yep. Yeah, that was gonna happen. Okay, I'm not sure why it's taking so goddamn long to zoom out. Come on now. Okay. We have yet to get to the very thing that we wanted to do today, which is figure out the hands for holding items. Kind of an important one. Hey, okay. So, we still can't look up or down. If I were to take rotation helper and then do this, are we going to be looking at the sky? Also, it drives me nuts that in the inspector it says rotation, yet it's in degrees. But in code, rotation is in radians. Okay, that is not the case. So, it seems like whatever we set to here gets completely overridden. Question is by what? Do we have a rogue remote transform node that's like messing with us? Rotation helper. Position Y. Like it's clearly displaying the data. Wait, is it though? It's not top level. It's displaying the angles, but it doesn't show those angles. That's what I don't understand. FPS real world location. What is this? Hands rig. Oh. Oh, there it is. This node right here is overriding the hands rig in global space. That's why we couldn't see anything. So because it's overriding in a global space, it ignored its local rotation. Cool beans. Now we got that fixed. We should be able to see this whole thing. There we go. Now, here's a question. Should we make the player have the ability to look down? Let's say if they look down and the hands kind of stay in the same orientation. Okay. Finally. Jesus Christ, everything's so giant. See, the dimensions of all the props in the level it's a little large, but that's perfect because that allows us to interact with it easily. But once we have it in our hand, it's no good. Okay. Finally. Okay, we can finally get to the to this stuff. Okay, what are we gonna do here? We have hand test generic item takeout. Let's call it item takeout generic instead. This is going to be used for taking out some just random resource or random like thing. I don't know if this is going to work because we have a multitude of different shapes. I'm hoping I would be able to simply, play this animation for anything that's super simple, and then have it look relatively okay. But for anything like a radio detector, for example, yeah, we definitely need the custom animation. So, here's what I'm thinking. We take the item and we import it here. So let's say we will copy this one. This will be called item takeout radio. We'll protect it, of course. And then we're gonna add a linked resource so that if the original changes, this one changes as well. But this is an inventory item and it is a radio detector. And what we're looking for is an object. Oh boy, body is what we need. There we go. So that's the body. It's missing all the knobs, but that is okay. We just need the body. Now, we need to make it actually be attached to the hand. So we can do copy transform. Give it a constraint. Failed to set value. Well, come on now. Armature. Hello? Oh. I had the wrong thing selected. Oh. Well, hello. Cannot edit library linked or non-editable override object. Well, shit kazoo. That's not fun. Now Blender's being an ass. I can't add constraints to linked objects. Man, fine. I guess we'll just import the one that we made. That's fine. Let's do gltf. Try empty. Well, yeah, but oh, okay. Hold on a sec. I think I understand what you mean. We could do empty, plain axis, 0.2. And then we're gonna do what? We're gonna tell it to follow the constraint, copy transform, and then this one maybe will be able to parent to the empty. r.wrist. And you parent without inverse. Nope. Keep transform. Nope. Come on. This to this. Can we not just like snap it to it? I guess it needs to be located at the object first. So let's just do this. Cursor to selected. Let's create a plane axis. Okay. Take this object, take the axis, parent, and then we'll take the axis, the empty, and then give it constraint, copy transform, armature, right, wrist. Well, that's not fun. Control P, object, keep transform. So if I move the empty, the object does not move with it. What the heck? Okay. See, if I add a bone to it, then it will have an armature. And I don't think you can skin a linked object either. Okay, let's see here. Position this, take this, Control P. Yeah. Does it give me an error of some kind? Hold on a second. Make parent. It does not. It just refuses to do it. It doesn't have a bone. That's a brute bone of the player. Oops. Okay. You know what? Screw it. That's fine. We'll just not use a linked object. I will, however, keep the empty. Import. I guess we'll do append instead of import. We'll append the body. There we go. So now it's a totally unique object. And now when we position this, let's do selection to cursor, take this, Control P, and then when we select that empty, it moves around. There we go. Kind of stupid, but okay. I don't know what the rhyme or reason behind not allowing us to do it. Let's go ahead and apply armature, r.wrist. There we go. Well, nice. We're ready to cast Pot of Greed. And then shortly after, cast Pot of Greed. And then, of course, followed it by Pot of Greed. Okay, so first of all, there needs to be an offset. Okay, now this thing has rotation applied to it. That's not good. Now, if I applied rotation here and then clear the parent, is it going to be back? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So this is important. The rotation has to be like this. Next, we need to scale it down by a certain amount in order for it to be in proper scale. So it looks like, whoops, I have a recording here. S 0.5. So 0.5 seems okay. Let's work with local axis here. We're gonna need to make sure we use these properties in the code. And I'm hoping that these values will be one-to-one matched in Godot. Pretty sure they should be. Okay. I might as well just advance the animation forward and see what it looks like in the FPS view. Hmm. I think we need to rotate this like this. Again, we're just kind of figuring out the process here. Is the camera for V and Blender same as in Godot? I tried to match it as close as possible, so I think it's within reason. You know, that could work. We get EMF 10. It's a Revenant. Okay, at least as a test, this will be okay. Okay, what the hell happened here? Did it not record the frames? Come on now. Don't betray me. Okay, we have some clipping at the bottom there. Actually, I think I know what's up. Did this thing not record? Oh, actually, all of the recording is off. Okay. Yeah, we gotta be careful because I don't want to record the keyframes of the device moving, but I do want to record the keyframes of the bones being adjusted. there a shortcut for this? Nope. Okay. Yeah, so it's creating keyframes if I don't undo it. Gotta be careful with that. Also, this part we'll really never be able to see. Oof, that's a one broken thumb. Easy now. Hey, that works. Okay, did it record it? It did. I think we can point it this way whenever we're just kind of idly holding it. Okay. Yeah, think we can work with this. Now, we need to make a record of these values. Let's see. Luckily, we have already created variables for storing such values. So we have location idle, rotation idle. So this is going to be offset. This is going to be offset from the hand now instead of offset from the camera held object. So we'll just repurpose these numbers. Ooh. 166, 167. Okay. Godot seems to round it. Here we go. I don't know if these rotation values are going to match. I sincerely hope that they are in the same location, same coordinate system. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this radio. We're actually going to use the radio locator as a part of the animation name. This way we can use the ID of the item we're holding to check if there is such an animation. Now, this is going to go to a different collection. So this is going to be what? This is going to be items, props. Okay. And now hide it because we don't want to export it. Okay. Nice. And then we go back here. And when do we instantiate? We instantiate it right here. New item instance. No, that's dropping items from the inventory. Not quite. Create held item from data. That's what we want. Okay. So here we make it play generic item takeout, which is now called item takeout generic. What we're going to do is we're going to check first, does this animation player have an animation called item takeout underscore and the ID of the item? Animation player, let's take a look here. Has animation I'm looking for. Animation mixer is the parent node. Find animation, we can use that. Has animation, there we go. Okay. So, back to the player. If the animation player has animation called item takeout and then plus, we're going to use the ID of the item we've just taken out, which is current item dot ID. I believe it's ID. Yes, it's ID. Cool. Then we're going to tell the FPS animation node to play this animation. Otherwise, play the generic one. Okay. Now, the last thing we need to do is when we create a new item, add it as a child of the item held node. And the item held node is, where is it? Item held, which is following the right wrist. Then, it doesn't have any transforms of its own, or technically it does, but we're gonna get rid of them. No rotation, no location, cool. So it looks like we used to apply this to the rotation of the item held node, but maybe now we can apply the settings to the node itself. So apply local transformations to match item held. Okay, so we're gonna do item held node dot position equals, it has its own position data baked into its own variables, which is location idle. We technically have them right here. And then item held node dot rotation degrees equals rotation idle. Dear God, I hope this works. Okay. Okay, so the other items are applying their own idle animation or idle locations, which are of course not correct anymore. Oh, okay. I can't. Oh, right. There has to be another one called scale. Scale. This is when we're holding it, what kind of scale it has to assume. This is the generic item. Okay, so export var held scale vector 3. And we know that we reduced it by half of its scale. So we go here, 0.5.5.5. Okay. What is it, held scale or hold scale? Health scale. Sure. Okay. Let's also check if it played the animation. Print. Animation found. Let's try to run it. Okay. It looks like it plays it. Oh, damn it. I'm flooding the rotation degrees. Let's try that again. It did look correct, though. The only thing that is incorrect is the rotation of the object. Maybe I copied the rotations in the wrong orientation? Hmm. Where is it? It says animation found. Hmm. Okay. So, why is this incorrect? The body is rotated by 90 degrees here. We had to apply that rotation in the engine, but technically this is the topmost node. Hmm. Okay, let me double check this. So, XYZ, 1976, negative 53. Also, this is where the thumb is at. And when we, oh, yeah, right, it's not rotated correctly, so, well, it could also technically be because the the thumb or the Godot and Blender use two different coordinate systems. Do I have to flip it? Which axes are flipped? X and Z, or Y and Z? Nope. As a matter of fact, it looked better before. Okay. Let's take a look. It might be just a matter of flipping it by 180 degrees. Maybe. Hopefully. Or we just align it in physically. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, so it kind of looks like we need to flip it. Let's see. So we'll do plus 180. And then flip it. Nope. Hey, okay. And then plus 180. Although that's local access. I doubt this is going to really fix it. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Here's what we're going to do. We'll go player. We're going to go to the animation or place radio, whoops, instance of radio detector here. Can we do a TSCN, please? Not that it has to be, but 0.5, 0.5, yep. Okay, and then what do we need to do here? This is the location. That is not location. Okay. And then just gonna rotate it. How could we match it perfectly as it is in Blender? We could have a series of empties, one for each object. It would be nice if I could store the data in code, but some things don't seem to line up. So I could hypothetically have an empty that is dedicated specifically to this object. Can try exporting an engine empty and then delete it to see the values. Sure. So it's like when the animation is all the way at the end, what is the rotation? Or I guess in the beginning. Let's try this. No, but that wouldn't really... Actually, hold on. That might work. Hold on a second. So we'll take this cube. Okay, I'm not going to use it empty because I actually want to see a piece of geometry. We're going to place it. Cursor tool selected. We're going to place a cube here. Okay. Oh, careful. Don't start animating stuff. Apply scale. And then parent it. I need to make it inherit the transforms. Can we do it like this? Object without inverse. Beautiful. And then we parent it to the empty. keep transform. Okay, and this is test coordinates relative. Okay, and then I could have just kept this object, actually. I could have just kept this object. So let me see. Hold on. Let me try this. So I'm gonna export with the radio detector, and then we go here. Give it a second. Okay, now is the parenting gonna be copied? It is not. Actually, hold on. Maybe that's why we have to use an empty. Empty and then body. Well, that might actually be it, isn't it? Let's double check. So take this. That's one. Oh, that might be it. Hold on. Or maybe not. I'm losing hope. 70. Let's see, what is it? Nope. It looked about right for just a second there. This empty also has its own transforms. Hold on. Okay, this might be a hacky way to do it. But I'm gonna put remote transform and then tell it to target this radio. And then I'm gonna delete the remote transform, and the radio stays in the same place. And these are the values. So we take X, Y, and this. Okay, so now delete the radio transform. Ooh, don't need critter. Hide this. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. So the problem is that the empties don't actually matter, because the empties will not follow the animation. We have this empty action that also came out of nowhere. Okay. So, what the what? Oh. Oh, that's okay. I see. The empty action that we just deleted had the animation for the transforms. And we deleted it and it's gone and it's just forever missing. Okay. Well, maybe that's why the transforms weren't accurate. So even if we really wanted to, we can't actually get an empty into the hand because it's not going to follow the armature. Hmm. Hold on. These are rotation degrees because we have the degree sign there. Hmm. We know that the empty is following the wrist bone, and we know that this node is following the wrist bone. So anything relative to that node will be relative to the wrist bone. And I feel like I had something when I exported the project with the body, with that radio, and it appeared, and we could just see its location. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, didn't export it. What in the heck? So there's the empty. This used to be attached to the bone. There's the body. It's not totally separate. Um, I mean, technically, isn't the body's location all that we care about? 3.1, because that body's location is relative to the empty, and the empty is relative to the wrist. Okay, so we go here. Let's try it. This is a radio detector. Okay, that's the rotation. This may actually be precisely the reason why I had animated and rigged both the item and the hands and just played their animations together. It's this precise thing. God, I hope I can actually figure this out. Okay, well, let's take a look. Nope. Hmm. Do we maybe override it somehow? Let's see. This thing, nope. This thing stays as it is. This follows the wrist. Whoops. I don't need two blenders, one's enough, thank you very much. Okay, let's bring this back to the beginning. And then export this and see what's up. Okay. Is it gonna... It's probably because I didn't change anything in the animation, so it's like, yeah, we don't need to import it. Why is it still floating? Alright, you know what? Screw it. Whatever. Let's just do this. We'll take the item. We don't need this. Export the hands. Take out the radio locator. And then I'll just... radio detector. Okay. There we go. It's not the same as in the animation, but it's better than spending a whole bunch of time not getting the precise angle. Okay. There we go. And then before we actually go away, I'm gonna copy these values. Paste it in. And then copy these. Paste it in. What? Huh? X flippin' what? It's not correct, even if I... Hold on, am I using the correct coordinate system, maybe? What the shit? You saw what I did, right? I placed it as a... Did I place it as a child? Maybe I didn't. Okay, now I'm gaslighting myself. Hold on. Instantiate. That's not the right one. This one. Position, rotation, degrees. Now, position, location, idle. Scale, it's the only thing that works. Okay. One more time from the top. Hold on. We are putting it into the held item node. Item held. Oh, that's why. We're supposed to be applying this to the new item, not the held node. Whoops. Alrighty. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Although, you know, let's just take a moment to see if this actually works. Well, what the shit? Okay, let's just, now that we know that we're applying it to the right item, let's verify that we actually did place it in the right place. 0.5. I know this is not the TSCN file, but I think that's okay. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, So copy. We are, yes, new item. Okay. Oh, now we go here. Location, paste, and then copy value. Rotation edit mode, Euler. Euler. Paste. Okay. And then we don't need like location close up, rotation close up. Whew, away with that. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this one here just to see something. Although I'm pretty sure it's going to get deleted. Or it's going to attempt to talk to it. No, it deleted it. Okay. Why? Wait. It seems to be... It doesn't look like it's at a perfect 90-degree angle. If I go here, the topmost node has no rotation, no scale, no location. And also this is a GLTF file, so let's just open this. Okay. Although, hold on a second. Isn't this literally exactly how it shows up? Like, upside down, radio dish down. So maybe something about the... Maybe I have a piece of code somewhere that is still adjusting the rotation. I'm pretty sure I commented it out, but maybe that is what's happening. Okay. Whoops. Well, now I gotta go into the inventory. Because I did have that whole, like, look up close inspector type thing. So, let's go here. New item. Now, we're not talking to this new item through this variable, because that's a local variable. But I know we have a variable called focused on equipped item. And then here it says it goes to false. Well, this is where we would have been inspecting it. And then, yeah, we had this commented out. Held item node. Destroy all items in the hand. And this is where we instantiate a new one. Rotation degrees. Wait a minute, isn't that rotation in... It's local, right? Rotation part of the local transforms in radians, except it's not in radians, is it? Hold on a second. It literally says degrees. It's got the little indicator, the little symbol. Radians don't go past 1, +1, -1, do they? Well, they technically... I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not good at the vector math, clearly. All right, if this actually works. Son of a bitch. What? Okay, hold on. Can we do a sanity check here just for a second? Because I think this is where my mathematical illiteracy comes into play. Could somebody tell me what the fuck does this symbol mean? This is degrees, right? That's degrees, right? Or am I just stupid? That's degrees. Why is it in radians? What? You saw it, right? What the shit? Godot. Who? This could have been a very simple thing that would have taken us, unless it is. Who knows? Apparently, none of us know. Oops. Exactly. So, but that doesn't, seriously, like, that doesn't make sense. It goes up to 360. What the shit? Somebody clip that and send to Godot developer team. Jesus Christ, man. What did that cost us? Like an hour? Oh, okay, well, hold on a second. If that's the case, would the values that I copied from here worked? Probably not. I don't. I guess we can try it with the next item. Let me just double check something. Okay, so we know that this works. Cool. Let's bring this back. Take this. Okay, so it says D. It says degrees. All right, let's just. I doubt this will work, but I just want to see what happens. Okay, paste this in here. I mean, clearly those values don't seem to be right. I'm gonna give them the shadow of the doubt because maybe the symbol is like just angles. Maybe. But let's see. If I can get the radio locator animation to actually export the radio in the orientation, and then just swipe those angles, I don't have to match it by hand. Yeah, so that doesn't look right, but that kind of makes sense because the rotation degrees in Blender might not be in the same type. I'm just gonna check that for a sec. No, okay, that's fine. So, cool. Let me try this now. So we have this here. Is it possible? Is it possible to get this rendered in that precise location? Like if we keep it here. Also, the finger animation still there? Yes. All right. So keep this here. Save it. Control Shift R. Hand rig. And it doesn't import anything because like, oh, there we go. It's teasing me now. Okay, so let's go here. That is the one we already had inside. Go away. And now this is here, but that's okay because that's the end of the takeout animation. Or not. I don't think it matters. Let's just take a look at these numbers. So 3.1, these look familiar. These might actually be it. 3.1. Negative 63. Okay. Negative 32. Now that seems a little too similar to what we have already. But let's see. It would be kind of interesting if the importer automatically generated the bone attachment nodes for empties. Okay. Nope. Okay. Fascinating. But what if I take this and place it here? Nope, can't do it. Okay, well, this is the correct orientation. The rotation order is Y, X, Z in here. What about this? X, Y, Z. Can I change it to this? Well, nothing changed visually. Although maybe it will change on export. -332, -61. And I think they flip places. If I set this to 0, 0, 0, it is in the middle of the spatial node. Cool. And then same thing here. 0, 0, 0. It just perfectly lines up with the wrist. Mm-hmm. All right. Update it. Well, that didn't really change much. Can I duplicate it? I can duplicate it. Can I paste it in there? I can paste it in there. Okay. So if I take this empty now, reset everything, well, that's exactly what we see in the game. Is this Godot 4? It is indeed. Oh, that's body. Weird. No imp in Godot 4, no exp. No exp, I believe. Um, hmm. Yeah, so I don't know if we can trust Blender's coordinates. It doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to line up. Hmm. I could try this. Take this, separate it, or duplicate it, I guess. Yeah, so there's empty one. We're going to make it not copy transforms anymore. It's right down there. Let's just export. I just want to see what we have. So we should have a secondary one down here. Let's see if the coordinates are still the same. So there's the empty. We don't care about the empty coordinates. We care about this one. 3.6, -61.1, -32.1. 3.6. It looks about the same. -61.1, actually. Yeah. But then again, it is in radians. So we all know that number 1 in radiance is quite a drastic change. No imp. Maybe Godot 3 had no exp, if I remember. Maybe for like animations. But it's not really what I'm trying to figure out here. I'm trying to figure out why the angles don't match. Yeah. All right. Well, this seems puzzling. We're gonna definitely have to figure this out. Either that, or I'm gonna have to have props with their own animations baked in. I'd like to avoid that, you know? YXZ. We have at least one solution, which is placing the prop back in the hand and then copying its location and rotation. It just doesn't line up the prop precisely as it was before. Now, let me just double check something. I don't think this is going to be a cause of the issue, but what if I go back to the assets, go to the radio detector, and I'll take a look at this body, and I find nothing. I could have sworn that was rotated by 90. Oh, no, right here. It's rotated by 90 degrees. But that's a child of the top scene. Also, if I apply rotation right now, it's going to screw up the substance texture orientation. So, I don't know if that's such a smart idea. Let me just export this, see what it looks like. I don't think we need to... No, we do need to open this thing as substance again, because we wanted to add glowy, little glowy bits. So we're going to have to make sure we come back and change this afterwards. But once again, I don't think that's the cause of the issue. Models. What is this? Dreadtail Escape Engine Models. Items. Radio Detector. Dot export. There we go. Okay, so take a look at the body. It should not change at all. Yep, 0, 0, 0. What is so different? Oh, hold on a second. When we imported the radio detector into the hands, we had, and yes, I know I'm saving this, we had applied rotation. So, could that be it? Again, it doesn't sound like it. Alt-P, clear parent. Yeah, so clear parent, and then if we do 0, 0, 0, yeah. Well, that's literally the default rotation. So I don't think that was the issue. Just gonna quickly run this. Is it the X and Z axis being flipped? Again, I doubt it. Hands up. Would you sign this petition? Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas. Maybe we could do. Let's see. We have to have some sort of reset animation, right? Let's see. So if we switch this to reset, which is exactly where it is right now, and then make this not follow. Can I just apply it? Like this. Yes. Okay, so now export. Engine models. So we know that if we play the reset animation, it should perfectly line up with that radio detector right now. Why are you over there? Why are you over there? 423110. Yeah. It's definitely not the location of it. We can move it around. Hold on. Does our reset by any chance have anything to do with this bone? With this empty? It does not. It should not. See, even if I could just place this thing, if I could place this thing as a child of the bone and just take its location. Yeah, this should be a simple thing. Then bam, there goes the hours of brainstorming to figure it out. I'm sure there's some sort of an industry secret trick to it that, every seasoned modeler goes through. And they go through the same exact torture. And once they figure it out, they realize how it's done. And then they grab a beer and they watch all the newbies figure this out and go through the rite of passage again. Okay. I'm gonna bring this back. Like, I don't understand why. Hold on, maybe it's the issue with the constraint. Got world space, it replaces the data. No, that doesn't make sense, because this object is located in relation to this object. Do we have transforms on the armature? Nope. Zero location, zero rotation. Would I have transforms on the empty? Can't use local space, gotta be in world space. And then inside of this thing, we have we don't need this. We need this body. The way you're spawning objects in the player's hand would help performance-wise. Would animating all the objects with the player give less performance? Not really. I mean, it's only like one object at a time, and that's how I used to do it. It's just that I I'm exploring this particular facet of handling animations, which is when we pair the object to the hand, and logic dictates that it should be perfectly fine. I just need to know the location and rotation, and we do have a way out of it. I just position it in the editor and just work with the editor. You have hand bone to add to it, parent hold item bone, and use it for all the item holding stuff. Yes, that's what the Dimitar had suggested, which it's a sound idea, because then I don't have to have pick up, put away, interaction, fiddling, animations inside of the radio locator, or really any other item. You just like make it a child of it, and hypothetically it's supposed to make a lot less work. But the only challenge here is finding that offset and rotation. Would replace the Node 3D in the hands in Godot, rotate the Node 3D, export the hand GLTF from Godot, and grab the exported Node 3D and use that. I mean, if you place a Node 3D in hands in Godot, rotate the Node 3D, export the hands GLTF from Godot, and grab the exported Node 3D and use that. So it doesn't go to Blender, it starts in Godot and it ends in Godot. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but we're not animating in Godot. We're animating here. Scale shouldn't be affecting us. Okay, if I set it to 0, 0, 0, this is the orientation. Perfectly lining up with the axis. If I go here, whoops, not here, and I take this, there's the empty. So if I go 0, 0, 0, that looks like it is perfectly matched. Same orientation. Z goes that way. Z goes that way. And if we go here, Z goes that way. Why are you making transforms around that? What the? Wait, what? Why is that over there? Oh, right, because of the transform thing. Import it in Blender and grab the Node 3D to use in Blender. the thing is that I'd still have to... I feel like it wouldn't match. If from Blender to Godot wouldn't match, the from Godot to Blender wouldn't match. Then again, this says rotation degrees. Local space in Blender. Might have missed something during... yeah, well, I know there were local space in Blender, and this right here is also local space. Rotation part of the local transformation in radians. But then again, the description has been wrong before, so I think this isn't global transformation relative to the level. Because if I... Well, actually, no. If I set this to 0, 0, 0, it's not straight in the level. It's straight according to this node. So it is local. It's local in Blender, and it's local here. Flipping the values doesn't help unless, hold on, it says y, x, z. So what if I just do something completely stupid? Y. So this is y. This is x. No, okay, hold on a sec. Y, x, z. What was the idea? So y, x, z. No. Okay, so what if it's the reverse? So it's y, x, which I think I'm doing the same exact thing. Yep. I mean, at this point, it's just a shit show. Just shooting in the dark. Yeah, that's literally the same thing that we did. You can change the rotation order in Godot now. Set it the same as Blender. Well, it is YXZ Euler, and then YXZ Euler. So they're the same. Apparently. Clearly not. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, boy. Okay. Possible solutions. Possible solutions. Okay, so possible solutions would be we set this to the rest pose. Okay, that's a reset. That looks like a very weird reset. Okay. Is that the reset? Hold on. Reset. No, that's definitely not the reset. What the heck? I have multiple animations in the NLA editor probably playing at the same time. Go away. Go away. Okay. So, reset. That is definitely not the reset. Okay, what? Excuse me? Where's the reset animation? Sprint. Okay, the sprint is there. Reset. Oh, there's the reset. That was weird. Okay, so if this is the reset, no, that's actually not fully set up reset. Oh, you know what? Some of these bones were never actually in the reset animation. That's why. Okay. I think for the reset we could just do clear transform all. There you go. Make a record of it. Beautiful. So here's the reset. Fantastic. Okay. So now I'm gonna take hide this thing. Well, hello. Can I hide everything? Okay. There we go. Export. Beautiful. Next, I'm gonna export only this thing as it is. Apply modifiers. Okay, so this is, it's not OBJ, it's supposed to be hand rig values. Only visible objects. Okay. Cool. The difference with blenders that you're inheriting the bone orientation in Godot. Well, I'm using a bone attachment node, which does the same thing. Where it should be. Okay, so I'll take this values thing. Okay, that's the location of it. And then this is not supposed to be here. Okay, so it is perfectly lined up where it's supposed to be. We do editable children. We take a look at the values, 3.6, negative 61, negative 32. Okay, and then we go here, 3.6. It's not the same, doesn't look the same. Negative 61.1. And then negative 32.1. Right. And then we could just copy the whole value. I forgot that I'm in Godot right now. Paste. Cool. All right, now we get rid of this. Run. This has to line up because the radio detector is relative to the empty, and we swiped the values while it being in Godot Engine. So we know we're using Godot's coordinates. Oh my god. Okay, hold on a sec. If I were to duplicate this and then place this into the wrist. Why is it rotated by 90 degrees here? Well, wait a minute. What? Maybe that's the issue? The issue isn't the item, the issue is the empty? Because it says here it's rotated by 90 degrees. Hold on a sec. 90 degrees. So what if I do... The object forward is not the correct on export. Yes, but we're not copying the coordinates from Blender now. We're copying the coordinates from Godot after we import. It's upside down. No, that's red herring. Not the right orientation. It should not matter, but maybe it does. Yeah, I got no idea. I think we need to maybe take a break. Because I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out. All right, that's fine. Break time.